Since before our country was born, the infantry soldier was there. From the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, through 2 world wars, Korea, Vietnam, and now the complex multiple deployments of today, the infantry soldier was and always will be there, leading the way. I am the infantry. Follow me. Because today's infantry soldier is educated, highly motivated, goal-oriented, and on the cutting edge of today's Army, we need the mentally and physically toughest young men to lead these soldiers. Many of our country's finest leaders started at Fort Benning as second lieutenants. Legendary World War II generals Dwight Eisenhower, George Marshall, and Omar Bradley were all infantrymen who epitomize, I am the infantry. Follow me. At the infantry officer's basic course, you quickly learn and understand our mission. We prepare and train infantry lieutenants for leadership of platoons in combat. It is essential that you report ready to face the mental and physical challenges that await you. You must report in the very best physical condition you can. This includes the ability to foot march with load-carrying equipment and rucksack at distances from 4 to 12 miles. It's not enough to be able to pass the PT test. You must pass it at 70% for a 17 to 21-year-old and do 6 pull-ups. You must be able to conduct tactical operations and movements for extended periods of time and lead your men from the front. Read and become familiar with Field Manual 7-8, Infantry, Rifle, Platoon, and Squad. The better you understand this manual, the better you will lead your platoon. Have a basic understanding of land navigation. As an infantry lieutenant, there are few skills more important than land navigation, and none more perishable. You will also be expected to excel in marksmanship during both day and night operation. Shooting expertly makes you a more lethal leader. Take initiative and prepare before starting the rigorous training at the Infantry Officer Basic Course, and you will excel. The Infantry Officer Basic Course is 16 weeks designed to train newly commissioned infantry lieutenants. Every aspect of your training is designed to prepare you for actual combat. You will learn individual tasks, execute battle-focused PT, including combatives instruction, weapons qualification, situational training exercises, and maneuver live fires. Your 16-week leadership course is broken down into 4 equally tough training cycles. Weeks 1 through 5 involve individual operations. Week 6 is squad level. Weeks 7 through 14 are devoted to platoon level, and weeks 15 and 16 incorporate company level operations. Long days, and you will often be tired, wet, and hungry. From the very beginning of the course, a student chain of command is put in charge of the platoon. During the first week, they are responsible for ensuring that the platoons are in process. Students will receive physical and dental exams, obtain ID cards, get their pay started, and sign for the TA-50 that they will use for the course. By the end of the week, training will be well underway. Week 1 training events include the Army Physical Fitness Test, the Combat Water Survival Test, and the Leadership Reaction Course. During the 16-week course, the Iobc student will participate in 3 socials. The first one is an informal mixer during the first week. Once the training starts at Iobc, it never stops. The crawl, walk, and run principle apply to all training. During week 2, the cadre at Iobc start the crawl phase by conducting training on individual tasks like basic rifle marksmanship, advanced individual marksmanship, as well as individual movement techniques. Immediately following basic rifle marksmanship, training transitions to the first of 3 maneuver live fires conducted during Iobc. The individual movement technique live fire is the basis for all the live fires at Iobc. Weeks 4 and 5 are the introduction to combat operations, machine gun familiarization, and military states. Principles learned during introduction to combat operations will be applied during the rest of the tactical exercises during the course. Military stakes provides the lieutenants an opportunity to be tested on 10 tasks, such as employing mine, M240 range card, and the AT-4 anti-tank weapon. Week 6 trains and certifies students on 2 critical skills, call for fire and communicating with a secure radio. The students will also familiarize with anti-armor weapons like the Dragon, the Javelin, and the tow missile system. Students take their first combined arms test this week. Week 7 focuses on training management. You will learn how to effectively plan, resource, and execute quality beneficial training at the platoon level and below. The program focuses on the development of squad-level situational training exercises. You will be evaluated on your ability to write the training plan and to provide quality feedback to subordinate leaders. This is tough, realistic training and a building block of the training management process. For the remainder of the course, the cadre of 2nd Battalion, 11th Infantry Regiment plan, set up, conduct, and set the standard for training. The week ends with a demanding advanced land navigation course, a 15-hour physically demanding exercise conducted over rugged terrain in both day and night conditions. Students are broken down into 2-man buddy teams equipped with 1 rucksack, Miles gear, mock M16s, and a global position system or plugger. On week 8, students receive classroom instruction on platoon operations ranging from the composition of a light infantry company and platoon to platoon battle drills. Also, during the classroom instruction, students will learn platoon movement formations and techniques and how to conduct a movement to contact. The week culminates with the students receiving a company operations order. They will develop and execute a platoon operations order for the following week's field training. Students will also learn the Army's maintenance system. Whether the platoon leader is going to be mechanized, light, airborne, or air assault, he must learn to maintain his platoon's equipment using the same systems. Week 8, the students host the second social event, the dining in. The students will wear their dress blue uniform or greens for National Guard and Reserve officers and equivalent for Allied students. During this event, the lieutenants learn the proper wear of the uniform and become familiar with the standards of conduct during a formal dining in. Students must observe the rules of the mess and participate in the Kyle ceremony. Week 9 initiates the new infantry lieutenants to a practical application of what they learned in the classroom. During this demanding week of field training, the students execute a live fire movement to contact and are introduced to platoon level operations. The students are given instructions on how to occupy a patrol base, cross danger areas, conduct link-ups, and react to indirect fire. The offense is covered in weeks 10 and 11. This block of instruction focuses on the mission of the infantry to close with the enemy by means of fire and maneuver to defeat or capture him. The classroom instruction on the conduct of the attack concludes with a TOOT, tactical exercise without troops, where students walk through and synchronize the plan that they developed. The following week, the class deploys for a week-long platoon attack STX. Platoons conduct numerous operations day and night, including the final platoon maneuver live fire in Iobc. Students will employ the platoon's organic weapon systems on a movement-to-contact mission. The 12th week of the Infantry Officer Basic Course is devoted to the employment of all combat multipliers and platoon tasks in defensive operations. The second combined arms test is taken this week. During week 13, students are able to apply the classroom instruction to defense situational training exercise. The week starts with classes on the actual terrain that students will defend. The chain of command is then installed and the students start the troop leading procedures. The students will plan to defend from either in sector or from battle position. During the occupation, the enemy will probe and challenge the students to maintain their reconnaissance and security plan. The enemy will attack the final day, and the students will execute their planned defense. Armed conflict is on the rise throughout the world, and the U.S. Army has found itself fighting in a different type of terrain. Military operations in Panama, Somalia, Haiti, and Bosnia were characterized by the high probability of conflict within the confines of the city. The Army has developed a doctrine to describe how it will fight in the new terrain. This doctrine is termed Military Operations in Urban Terrain, or MOUT. Week 14 is the first instruction in MOUT warfare. In the classroom, lieutenants learn how to analyze the terrain, looking at building construction, street layout, and sewer systems. Entry techniques, room clearing, and how to plan for an attack on a MOUT objective are also taught. Training begins at the squad level, learning basic room clearing procedures with a 4-man stack. Once squads are trained, platoons practice entering and clearing an entire building. The exercise culminates in a platoon-sized deliberate attack on a city block, clearing buildings with several floors and rooms. The final day of the week, students are taught air assault planning to prepare for the toughest challenge they will face in Iobc. Week 15 is the culmination field training exercise. They will receive classes on aircraft familiarization and static load training. During the week, students will conduct several missions that involve air movements. The culmination exercise, also known as the Company FTX, is a rigorous 4-day FTX that focuses on missions at platoon level and above. The Company FTX consists of a deliberate attack on a MOUT site, multiple air movements, long dismounted movements, a movement to contact, platoon ambushes, company link-up, and a company deliberate attack. After a road march back to Building 76, platoon cadre present the infantry blue cord to the Iobc lieutenants. The final social event of the course is the formal reception during Week 16. Students are encouraged to bring a guest or their spouse to this gala event. This formal reception is held in honor of the graduating class. The week culminates in a graduation ceremony at Infantry Hall in the Marshall Auditorium. The ceremony, deep in Army tradition, will include the infantry band and a reading of the epic poem, I Am the Infantry. A senior command arms officer will address the graduating class. Family and friends are welcome. Once you have become a qualified infantry officer by completing Iobc, you are ready for the next challenge, Ranger School. Iobc calls on you to develop your warrior and fitness ethics. Ranger School calls on you to apply these. Ranger School is the next step in your training and will provide you with the foundation for a good military career. Always keep in mind, your Army career is about service to your country. You may be assigned at any time to one of many worldwide overseas locations. You may be deployed directly to any military hotspot. This is when the training you undergo and the effort you put into Iobc and subsequent courses will be most critical. You are about to embark on one of the toughest challenges of your life. Prepare yourself, and good luck.